All right, Joe. A big political story brewing tonight. Arizona Congressman Ruben Gallego has announced his plans to run for the U.S. Senate in 2024. The announcement sets up a potential showdown with incumbent Senator Kyrsten Sinema, who recently declared herself to be an independent.
Team 12's Michael Doudna talked with the Senate hopeful and what a potential three-person race may mean. Michael?
Yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed your 2-month break from talking about a U.S. Senate race in Arizona. But for the fourth time in 8 years, we will have yet another contentious race on our hands.
I will be challenging Kyrsten Sinema for the United States Senate, and I need all of your support.
The long-rumored announcement now official. Congressman Ruben Gallego setting up an election contest with current U.S. Senator Kyrsten Sinema.
Well, because I haven't forgotten the everyday Arizonans. Kyrsten went to the Senate and she stopped talking to Arizonans altogether.
But ironically, in order to win in 2024, Gallego will likely have to replicate what Senator Sinema did back in 2018 by building a coalition of Democrats, independents, and some Republicans.
Well, look, I think the Sinema of 2018 is not the Sinema of 2024.
We did reach out to the senator for comment, but her team referred us to these comments she made last week on KTAR.
As I've been saying for months now, a never-ending focus on campaign politics is why so many people hate politics. You know, we just got through a really grueling election cycle, and I think most Arizonans want a break.
But the question remains that in a potential three-person race where you see Sinema versus Gallego facing off, does it really end up helping out a Republican?
Well, this certainly should be a bit of a benefit to Republicans because you have pretty much two Democratic candidates running now against one Republican, and the Republican base is more solidified.
Paul Benz is a Republican pollster, and he says Democrats often have more work to do to win. And to an extent, Democratic strategist Josh Zaragoza agrees.
He has to strike a balance between energizing the base, the Democratic base, but also peeling off anywhere from 50 to 60%, 55 to 60% of independents that vote, and then anywhere from 5 to 12% of Republicans that vote.
And now that the announcement is official, the question is, can Gallego do that? And we likely won't have that answer for nearly 2 years.
So, yes, we could win on where my political stance are. Can we win a three-way race? Absolutely.
And guys, of course, it's still 2 years until the election, and I talked to Gallego about what he's going to focus on. He says his number one focus is actually going to be on the child tax credit. He wants to re-expand it to what we actually saw over the past few years. He also wants to travel the state to places that may not really see politicians that often. And also, well, he wants to reform the filibuster. Of course, that's been a big sticking point that Sinema has not gone to so far.
So, Michael, did he say why he decided to announce now?
Well, really, it looks like it's all to get ahead, and it's really in three main reasons. First, well, he knows he's facing off against a fundraising juggernaut, and that means he's going to have in these 2 years to try and raise as much money as possible, maybe attract money from outside sources that may not like Kyrsten Sinema that much. Second, well, it's because he will be part of any sort of conversation that Sinema's involved with over the next 2 years. So if anyone's in opposition to her, well, they're likely going to go to him to get his comment, help raise his name ID. And third, well, it's likely about getting ahead of any potential Democrats who may want to enter the race, maybe scaring off some potential challengers down the line.
There is something to be said for being first in.
Yes, it really is.
Yeah. All right, Michael, thanks.